What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to show you this article, and we're going to take a look at the raising the full retirement age, the impacts that that would have. And then I want to take a look at two polls, because there were two polls that were done. One was in 2023 and one was in 2022, talking about raising the full retirement age and how the public sees raising that full retirement age. So we're going to talk about that in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so let me show you these polls first, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Here we go. A 2023 Quinnipiac University national poll found that 78% of respondents opposed raising the full retirement age from 67 to 70. That number fell to 62% when Americans were told that raising the full retirement age would make benefits last longer. However, the University of Maryland's Program for Public Consultation, PPC, conducted a survey in 2022 that found 75% of Americans favored raising the full retirement age from 67 to 68. The proposal received broad-based support from 76% of Democrats, 75% of Republicans, and 71% of independents. And so you see there, raising the full retirement age to 70, it's not popular. People don't like that. People don't want that. But when you say raise it from 67 to 68, then the polls get a little bit better. Even though you still have people that are opposed to that, they're a little more open to it. And you saw in the Quinnipiac poll, when they were talking about actually extending out Social Security, people were a little more open to raising the full retirement age. However, it's not going to be enough. You can't just raise the full retirement age to extend Social Security for a period of time, a long period of time. It's going to be a short period of time. So the reality is you're going to have to do more. And we've been talking about this a lot on this channel. You can't just raise the full retirement age. We really shouldn't even be looking at that as an alternative. We should be looking at what we really need to do, and that is raise the payroll contribution or the payroll tax. That would actually help the program. That would actually extend the program out, and it could extend the program out for 75 more years. So that is the logical choice. That's the logical decision moving forward. However, politicians don't want to talk about raising taxes. They don't want to talk about raising the payroll contribution. And that's what they should actually be calling it, because if you're saying the payroll tax, of course people don't want their taxes raised. But if you get people to understand that this is a payroll contribution, you are contributing now, so when you retire, the people who are working will be contributing to your retirement. That is what you're doing. So you're contributing to people who are retired now, and they, in the future, those people will contribute to your retirement. But when you look at it as a tax, people just say, no, I don't want you to raise my taxes. And they say, okay, we're not going to raise your taxes. And they're afraid to even talk about reforming Social Security for this very aspect. And so they have to really sit down with the American people and explain to them the situation that we're in, that in 9 years, the trust funds will run out of money. When that happens, then guess what? 23% cut across the board. And in the article that I was reading earlier, it's a 25% cut is what they're saying. So economists don't really know. Experts, they're unclear about how it will impact, but they know it will be around 23, 24, 25%. And so if you have lawmakers that will sit down and say, look, tell the American people, this is something we have to do. We can't merely just raise the full retirement age. That's not going to be enough. We're going to need to bring in more revenue. And the only real way to do that is to raise the cap on people making over $400,000. That's one way. Or to raise that payroll contribution across the board. So everyone will have to pay maybe 1% or 2% more. Okay, so right now people are paying 6.2%. Tell the American people, hey, you know what? If you're working right now, you're going to have to pay 7.2% or 8.2%. And then your employer is going to have to match that. And with that revenue, that will secure Social Security for another 75 years. That's what they need to explain to the American people. Now, the alternative is not doing anything. And that's what lawmakers have been doing now. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing lawmakers not do anything. They're sitting on their hands. But that would mean a 23% cut. So if you tell the American people, look, would you be open to raising the payroll contribution a little bit so you're paying a little bit more now, but you'll get your Social Security benefits at 100%? Or would you rather us just wait 9 years and then we'll just have an automatic cut of 23%? which would you prefer? I think the average person working right now would say, you know what? I'll pay 1% or 2% more. Okay, we're talking, it's not going to be that much, but it will help when it comes to when they're ready to retire because they'll be able to receive their benefits at 100%. And so it makes sense. And that's what I don't understand when it comes to lawmakers. If you want to be a leader, if you're taking these positions, you need to be able to make tough decisions. And yes, this is a tough decision to make. You're doing something, and let's hope that we won't have to see any reform after this for another 75 years. But the last time they made change, it was 1983. They have to make change again. And they have to make this tough decision. And it's better to do it now than to wait 8 years down the road, because then now you're in deadline territory where something has to be done or you're going to automatically see that 23% cut. And so do something now, and it's not going to hurt as much as if you wait until the last minute. And if you wait until the last minute, you're going to have some lawmakers that don't want to reform Social Security. Some lawmakers want to actually do away with Social Security or slowly phase it out and privatize Social Security. So now that becomes an issue if you're waiting until the 11th hour to move forward with any type of legislation. If you wait 8 years down the road, now you're going to have these lawmakers coming in saying, hey, yeah, you know what? Let's phase out Social Security. Let's privatize Social Security. Let's invest in the stock market with the funds coming from Social Security. And that would be detrimental to people receiving benefits. Okay, people currently receiving benefits, it's going to hurt them the most. People who are younger, in their 20s, and paying into the payroll contribution, let's say they said, okay, we're going to take a portion of that payroll contribution, we're going to let you invest that in the stock market. They're probably going to be okay over time because we're talking 30, 40 years they're going to be working and the stock market will go up and down and it'll probably benefit them. But what about the people who are currently receiving benefits? Because now you're taking that payroll contribution that would be going to the Social Security Administration. All of it would be going to the Social Security Administration. Now you're taking a piece of that and giving it to the 20-year-olds and letting them invest in the stock market. So now you have less revenue going to the Social Security Administration. That means less benefits. And that's the bottom line. So we'll have to see what they do, how they move forward with this. I just wanted to show you the two polls there. I thought they were very interesting. And you do have people that are open, at least open to raising the full retirement age just 1 year. Okay. But what type of an impact would that have on Social Security reform? That's the question, because that would change things. Because if we're looking at raising the full retirement age from 67 to 68, what type of an impact is that going to have on reform for Social Security? And if it only impacts it, maybe let's say it moves it up another 5 years, that's not enough. And most people are going to say, look, we need full reform. We can't just do this Band-Aid where we're just going to reform it for 5 years. We want to reform it for 50 years or 75 years so we don't have to think about it again until that time. So I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.